Got another PSA order in yesterday. This one I looked at myself. I was the one who reviewed every card. Let's take a look and see what I got. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we're going to look at another PSA reveal. Typically, the reveals that I've done usually are looked over by my brother or some of our friends that also look over raw cards and send them off to PSA. But this one, I actually looked at every single card myself, and I kind of wanted to see how I did personally. It was only a 16 card order, so not very many cards. I sent these cards in at $50 per card to grade. So that's one reason there weren't very many. And as it turns out, there probably were a few cards that I should not have sent. Even if they came back a PSA 10, it just probably wasn't worth it to send it at $50 a card. But again, I just wanted to see how I did, and I was looking for a handful of cards to send, and somehow I came up with these 16. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. For those of you who may be wondering if I grade with HGA, and all two of you that may watch this channel and wonder that, I have not. I have not sent any cards off to HGA, at least since, probably since late last year. So not at all in 2022. And the main reason why is because they were backlogged. And so I didn't want to send more cards off to a grading company and have them sit there forever. And then also PSA started to open up and actually turn around cards fairly quickly. So we'll see, at least at the $100 per card and $50 per card price points, they turn those around fast. We'll see how they do with these $30 orders, but I have not. I haven't graded with HGA in all of 2022. That was one reason. The other reason is by the time I finally got my HGA orders back, they weren't worth anything. Part of it was the cards, so I blame myself for the cards that I picked. But part of it is also that even in HGA 9.5, sometimes it doesn't even sell for, or maybe it might sell for a little bit more than what a raw card would sell for. So clearly at that point, I just need to break it out of the HGA case and send it into PSA. But in many cases, it wasn't even worth it. So like a lot of people, I was frustrated and I just decided to not use HGA at this point. However, they are still in business. They actually have a grading option in eBay. So when you choose which company you graded with, you can choose HGA, which is surprising. And it seems like they're still trying to roll out new stuff. So I don't know, maybe they make a miracle comeback. Who knows? I'm not really worried about it right now. So that's kind of where I'm at with HGA. I don't have anything against the company personally. The cards that I chose to grade probably weren't the best cards anyway. So the fact that they took forever to grade them wasn't really the deal breaker for me. It was probably more the resale value. And I just don't see that getting any better anytime soon. So that's my quick thoughts on HGA. Let's go ahead and get into the card order. Okay, so we got a 16 card PSA order. One of the comments that I had as far as my videos are concerned is that I do not give reasons why I purchase certain cards. So I thought I'd give a little bit more detail as to why I decided to select a certain player, and that player is Rafael Devers. And so what I did is I purchased a bunch of raw cards on eBay, and I'll even go over a little bit over my strategy. What I do is I look for raw cards, I look them over on the pictures, and no matter what the pictures look like, and most of them, I picked Topps Chrome Refractors, most of them look pretty clean, but I'll still ask, are there any surface dimples, surface issues such as factory dimples, or maybe even some light scratches? I'll just ask those two specific questions. And many times they will respond and let me know, oh, I noticed a scratch on the upper right corner, or I didn't notice any dimples, or whatever, right? And based on their answer, I'll determine if I want to bid on the card or just buy it now or make an offer. And it really worked out well. I would say there were a couple of cards that had bad enough issues that I didn't want to send it in for grading, and I just decided to either put it back on eBay, or in one case I actually requested a refund because the scratch really was that bad. The first card I got was this Rafael Devers Prism Refractor, and it gemmed. It got a PSA 10. Let me zoom in on that so you can see that. So that was pretty nice. I will put the prices up for what I paid raw. And again, as I stated, I paid $50 per card. So before we go on to the next Rafael Devers, why Rafael Devers? At the beginning of the year, I was listening to MLB radio, and they, or at least one of the commentators, one of the announcers, had suggested that Rafael Devers might win MVP, AL MVP. Also, I liked his stats from last year. He hit 38 home runs, over 100 RBIs. I think he batted in the high twos, maybe 280, 290. And I just thought that he will at least hit those numbers again. And so far, it's looking that way. I believe he has 23 home runs, close to 60 RBIs, and he's batting around 320. So he has very nice numbers. In my opinion, he hasn't really truly heated up. I think he still has more in the tank, but we'll see how that goes. The Red Sox are very schizophrenic as a team, so that definitely plays a role. I picked up this Rafael Devers refractor, and it also gemmed. PSA 10. And just to let you know, I paid roughly maybe $40 to $45 for each of these raw cards. So just so you can have a price point in mind. Next Rafael Devers refractor, PSA 10. So this is looking really good so far. This was kind of my hope, was that a lot of these gem, because they do have a high gem rate. So that was kind of what I was shooting for here. Picked up a pink refractor, and that got a PSA 10. Wow, 4 for 4. I've already seen the grades, so I'll tell you right now, they're not all 10s. But anyway, 4 for 4 is not a bad start. I guess we're kind of out of order here. There are more Devers, but I graded this Buster Posey, and it got a PSA 9. This is just his Topps base rookie. If it had gemmed, it would be, I still believe it would still be a $200 card. It didn't gem, so it's actually a loss. And again, I'll show the numbers at the end to show you per card how I did, profit or loss. Sent this Kobe Bryant. Again, this is one that I should not have sent in. It got a PSA 9. It's just his base Topps 2005. I think my thought was, well, if it gems, it's a $100 card, but as a PSA 9, I think it's only a $25 card, so definitely a waste of money there. This was a nice one. Topps Heritage Shohei Ohtani, PSA 10. So this, I was really glad that this gemmed, and I actually sold this today for $165. So already sold on the Ohtani. Byron Buxton started off the year really hot. Decided to grade his Topps update base, and it got a PSA 9. I'm not going to get into why Byron Buxton. I kind of want to finish out on the Rafael Devers. So, one commentator predicted he would win MVP. I thought he would have an even better year than he had last year. And I just like what I was reading ahead of time. Also in the PSA magazine, they even had him as one of the top 5 candidates for AL MVP. So with all of those things considered and where his price points were in comparison to Vladimir Guerrero, Shohei Ohtani, even Juan Soto especially, he was, in my opinion, he was very underpriced and still very underpriced. The next card I sent off was a Yadier Molina. This got a PSA 9. I was pretty bummed. You could tell it's a little bit off center, and that was the problem with the Buster Posey as well. I think they got me on the centering. A 10 would have been worth $400. A 9, $100. So big difference there. This Jason Tatum Optic base, PSA 9. So that's kind of a bummer. I looked at this. It looks really nice. If you look, let me try to get here. The corners and edges. The bottom left corner, you probably can't see it through the camera, but, or maybe even the top right. It had the slightest white, but I've seen cards gem with that kind of white, so it was disappointing. Dak Prescott, Optic rookie, PSA 9. So these cards came from Star Stock. The Prescott, the Tatum, the Posey, not the Yadier Molina. I got that at a show. But those were all Star Stock cards, and unfortunately, those didn't have as high of a gem rate as I had hoped. But they did PSA 9, and that's what Star Stock advertised, that they would either 9 or 10. So true to their word, that's what happened. This was also a Star Stock Russell Wilson, PSA 10. So that was a nice little hit on that. And I think we are getting down to the rest of the Rafael Devers. So I sent in 2 X-Fractors, paid $90 for this card raw, and it gemmed. PSA 10. So these are the big ones. That's one of the things that I realized as well is you get more bang for your buck on the X-Fractor. You pay more, you pay close to $100 for the raw card, but if you hit, it's a $300 card. That's 3x your, 3x your money, which is nice. Whereas a refractor, considering what I paid $50 per card. Even if I get the card for 40, I'm into it 90, and a PSA 10 might go for 150 at the most. So it's just not as much bang for your buck. I mean, it's a lower price card, but for 2 refractors, I could get 1 X-Fractor. So I think that was one of the things I learned along the way. But I will say, I just look for anything, if it's a refractor, if it's a pink, whatever looks like it might gem, I'll try to make a bid on it and get it at a reasonable price point, because I know I'm going to grade it. So we sent another refractor, and this got a PSA 9. So kind of a bummer. Can't all gem. And we sent another refractor in. So I'm not sure what the total number of refractors. I think it was 4. And I think we got 3 10s and 1 9. I probably should have put them in order. And unfortunately, with the X-Fractor, this one got a PSA 9. If you don't hit the 10, it's unbelievable, the price difference. The last sale I saw on this was $66. So, I mean, I already lose just on the value of the card itself, not even counting the grading fee. But I did hit the 10 on the other one. So, net, this order was a profit. And again, I will put the actual amounts on this video as well. But it was roughly about a $250 profit. So I calculated it all up, looked at what my cost was, what the grading fees were, what the market price, either the latest eBay sales or, an average of the last 5 eBay sales. So those were kind of my price points to determine how I did. All in all, I mean, it was an okay order. I probably was expecting maybe that the cards would be worth a little bit more, and maybe I did 50-50 on the 10s and 9s. I got exactly 8 PSA 10s and 8 PSA 9s. Maybe I'd hope to do a little better than that, but that seems about realistic. So anyway, that's the video. Just wanted to go over that PSA order. I guess while we're looking at it, we can zoom in on the Anthony Edwards, one of the biggest cards in my collection. It's a Choice Gold Auto. I've showed it in previous videos, but just thought I'd bring it out again. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the PSA reveal. If you have not subscribed and you like the content, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.